G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present the round 13 review and another disappointing week, unfortunately. We scored 2,104, which is normally a good score in the buys because, well, I guess this year it's a little bit different with the two teams having the buy. So we obviously had quite a few players to choose from on field. So we managed to get 22 on field, so our four lowest scores dropped out this week. But what's disappointing is we have dropped in the season rank once again, 5,231st. So 9 trades left, a little bit of money in the bank to work with. So, look, it wasn't a great week, unfortunately. Once again, what obviously really hurt us was Clayton Oliver. He was expected to play. His hamstring's all good now, but unfortunately, he got an infected toe, and that really pissed me off big time. So, a bit frustrating, of course, but I guess we got to look to the positives. There was another thing that let me down. I'll show you guys eventually. That really hurt my week. So, yeah, let's get into the team. I guess before we get into the team, massive shout out to SuperCoach DR. He was a big reason why I grew a lot in my channel heading in the off season. So I met him up for the first time at the Hawthorn Brisbane game, which was really good. Good to see the Hawks get up. A bit disappointing for his mob Brisbane, but it was such a good day out. Went to the MCG. It was lovely to meet the great man. He's obviously a big content creator, of course, and just even better, a really nice bloke. So he's an absolute ripper. Can't thank him enough what he's done throughout the off season to help me out. It was great meeting him. We had great conversations and all that sort of stuff during the game. So I really love I love DR. He's just a great bloke. So shout out to the great man himself. It was finally good to meet you, mate. So no, I had an absolute ball on Saturday. So yeah, shout out to him. Let's get into the team. So now we can see with the blue dots with the buys now for the round 14 players. Nick Dacos, 118. He started off decently, but it sort of faded out a little bit in certain stages of the game. What really helped him was that goal in the last quarter when Collingwood had a slim chance of winning that game. So, yeah, solid week for Dacos. Now, let's get to the elephant of the room. Unfortunately, I did captain Jordan Dawson. I'm VC'd English. I wasn't happy with that. Of course, you don't take scores like that, so you go for Dawson. 95, super disappointing. I thought West Coast would be a matchup where he'd be able to dominate, but it just wasn't his day. Didn't really see much of this game. Laird went nuts. So unfortunately, scored a 95, and that is certainly my lowest captain score of the year. So super, super disappointing. Yeah, he won't be getting the captain on me for a while, Jordan Dawson. He's been a bit off as of late. He butchered the ball a lot. Yeah, just really frustrating there. Jack Sinclair, 125, absolute yo-yo, this bloke. 125. So, I mean, I guess you take it, but you'd love to see a little bit more consistency out of the bloke. If you could get 105 to 110s every week, that'd be a little bit better. Will Day, 109. It was great to see a massive bounce back from this bloke because fair to say he was struggling a little bit since coming into my side and a lot of people's sides. A lot of people have Will Day, but him scoring 109 was super good. So great to see him repay the faith with a few of these owners that have been a little bit disappointed by him, including me. So yeah, we'll see if this can hold up. But if he can just average 90 plus from here, I'll take it. It's probably going to be my D6 for the year, is what it is. Maybe D5. I'll talk about my plans a bit later. Josh Weddle, 68. So I think one thing you'll notice as well, I was going to do Weddle to Keys this week, but I decided to just hold the extra trade. So I kept Weddle, got a little bit of extra money out of him, scored a 68. Super solid. I knew Ben Keys would go well this week. It's just more about how he's going to go after from this point. He got his sugar hit this week. See how Ben Keys goes. If he is pretty good against Collingwood in round 15 after his bye, and he's got that role, he's not tagging Dacos, that sort of thing, then I'll probably look to jump on with Ben Keys there. So, yeah, anyway, Josh Weddle, 68, just looks super solid, this kid. I love this bloke. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to trade him out this week. He's got his bye. He's basically made his money, probably got a little bit probably got 15K to go, but he's got his buy now. Don't want to. He's just been a super good rookie. Picked him up at 130K. He's just really paid the faith to some of these owners that grabbed him there. Some people got on 165 again, still a really good result. Yeah, as well. I didn't say my trade because I didn't do a preview. So I just made one trade this week. Traded Jack Siebel to Lockie Neal, and of course, in classic SuperCoach fashion, lost about 5 points on that. So just typical. Chin Cotter 52. Yeah, I mean, he kicked a goal, but other than that, didn't do a super heap. Bontempelli 125, really good. I opted for English on the Friday night, but yeah, I opted English over Bont. I opted Dawson over Laird. It's just that sort of game, unfortunately. So Bont 125, yeah, that's good. Probably should have put him at VC, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. Rory Laird, this is the bloke again. I should have captained, but hindsight, 156 just went absolutely nuts. They are now averaging the exact same, Dawson and Laird. So Dawson's dropped off a bit. What can he average from here? I think at 115 average, still in that midfield role, I think he can do that, Jordan Dawson. So Laird really starting to pick it up. So if you don't have him, probably try your best to get him after his bye, to be honest. Zach Merritt, 105, got tagged by Kerno all day, so 105 still is really solid. There was a chance he could have gotten suspended this week, but luckily it's all cleared. It's an absolute lottery, by the way, this MRO. I guess one thing I didn't bring up was James Sicily. I was going to get in Sis, but I came to my senses. I thought the right move was to grab someone just off their bye. And look, Sicily obviously outscored Neil by 34 points, but I think Sis is, unfortunately, as a Hawthorn supporter, he's going to be out for a few weeks in the tribunal. So I was going to plan on getting Sicily, but now if he's out for 3 or more weeks, you just want to complete your team. It's just going to be hard to get him. So if there's no injury, if there's any injury trades or whatever the case may be, if someone goes down, I'll try my absolute best. If there's an injury in defence, to try to grab James Sicily. But I think for now, if he gets more than 2 weeks, I think he's just out of my plans, unfortunately. I'd love to have the great man. I love James Sicily, but now that that's a pending suspension of maybe 3 or more weeks, I think that's just going to be too long to wait around. I'm not going to rate if he's out for can't even speak. If he's out for 3 weeks, and he's got the bye this week, then 15, 16, 17. I'm not waiting till round 18 to finish my team. So I think any way for me to get him back into my side is probably via injury. So it's a shame. I would have loved Sicily, but I guess it really hurts for owners, of course. They're probably going to have to trade James Sicily. Where were we? Sorry, I went on a massive spiel about Sicily. Look, if you have James Sicily, I would probably trade because I guess we've got to find out how long he's going to be out for. I think it's a bit stiff. I think it should be 1 week, but I guess it is what it is. So I think if he's out for 3 more weeks, you probably trade him. Don't know who to. Maybe you go for if you don't have Neil, Brayshaw, Sarong, that sort of thing. Maybe. Well, I guess you'll make actually 70 or so K by doing that. Brayshaw 107. Didn't see much of this game. Saw the last quarter at Public House in Richmond. So after the Hawthorn Brisbane game, caught up with a few mates and had a good time there. So yeah, 107, super solid. Lockie Neal 102. I just don't think it was that sort of game. There was the Hawthorn Brisbane game. There was really sort of a massive gap between goals, and that's just really where he thrives. So he got little chip kicks here and there. 102. It was looking a little bit worse than this, so I'll take 102. Tom Green, 77. Starting to get a bit concerned about this bloke. Starting to slow down a little bit more, but am I in the position to trade this bloke? Absolutely not. I still think he should hopefully go 100 plus from here, I'm sure, but I think he needs the buy. He needs the buy pretty badly to just sort of refresh that sort of thing. Will Ashcroft, I was going to do Ashcroft to Sicily this week, but I opted for Zeeble for Neil, just one trade there, as I said. So Ashcroft, 79. I believe his break even is pretty high. He's playing back at the Gabba this week, though, so we'll just see how that goes with Will Ashcroft. So I'm going to keep him. Matthew Johnson, he was absolutely fantastic. 96, as I said, I didn't see much of this Freo Richmond game, but as a 96, that is super, super solid. And he kicked out players like Goulden, Tom Green out of my best 18. So I think what really helped him, he spent a lot more time in the midfield due to O'Meara being out. Let's hope that that's the case. I think I saw his time on ground was still 65% time on ground. So hopefully we can see that uptick a little bit more, and hopefully this sort of role can sort of stay, because I think I'll eventually need his money and just flip him. But I think he's actually been a good rookie. I don't know when I got him. I actually don't know when I got him. Wasn't the Gold Coast game. Might have been this Bulldogs game. I think I got him. So what's he made me? Near on 100K. So this has probably been, and it will probably be a bit more actually, because as we can see there, if he scores a 59, goes up extra 36K. So this has been a pretty successful pick. Matthew Johnson, Oliver Shattered, he's still out. Sharp, dead pick. Constable, 120. He's just getting delisted, as I say that every week. Tim English, 99. Had him as my VC. I thought with Port Adelaide Rucks, he'd dominate, but clearly not. So that's a bit disappointing. But I guess it's still a fine score. Rowan Marshall, 119. He was probably my third choice for captain, vice captain this week. Would I have taken it? Probably not. So I guess I'm not shattered about that. I don't know. It's as Shorty says, it's sort of dancing with your sister sort of score there for a vice captain or captain. Some people would have taken it, others wouldn't have. So whatever. Madden won't play. Whatever. I probably won't pick a loophole next year. Just due to, you could have gone with like a Samson Ryan, but I was being a tight ass, wanted to save an extra 20K with that. So that's a shame. As I say every week, I need to invest into a desk. It's super uncomfortable recording on my bed, but that's okay. I'll probably look to change that next year. We'll take it to the next level on videos next year. Anyway, Josh Dunkley, 148. Yeah. I just didn't go with him just because of how restrictive Hawthorn are at times with midfielders, so that's a bit disappointing. But a 148 is just immense, so absolutely take that. He's really picked up over the past few games here. So as we can see, even since the Carlton game, what's that? Four out of his last 5 games, he's gone over 146, 145. So that's just crazy. Really up there now. Tim Dorino, 136 again, another really captain sort of option I wasn't really considering just because it was that Optus. And Freo sometimes tag in there. So, a bit disappointed with Taranto there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Taranto, I mean, obviously very good, but I wish I had him as captain or vice captain. There was so many options here, and I went with Jordan Dawson. I don't really regret it. It was always going to be English and Dawson. It's just disappointing. Rosie, 108, just continues to be super solid as a pick. Absolute dream trio of future midfielders Port Adelaide have got in Rosie, Butters, and Horne-Francis. Goulden, 62. He just sometimes has those games where if things aren't going his way, he gave away a 50. Probably similar to the Geelong game. We just got to hope he bounces back. That wasn't really a game that was going to suit him, considering St Kilda are pretty restrictive. Harry Sheasel, 98. Didn't see any of this Freo GWS game. I posted on Twitter, went to the NRL on Sunday. Good fun. Really enjoyed the NRL yesterday. So went to Sharks and Storm. Obviously, I'm a Dolphins fan in the NRL, but I guess it was good to go to my first ever game there. So I didn't see this North Melbourne GWS game. I assume he played midfield quite a bit. Eddie Ford, absolutely fantastic with an 84 as well. Humphrey with the bite. Roberts dead. All right, so I don't think I have too much to talk about. I don't really know what I want to do, so I have counted. I should have 18 on field this week. So Sinclair, Chincotta, Stewart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So what do I need to do? Well, I need to get Bailey Humphrey on the field because everyone else on the bench, I mean, besides Stuart we can get onto field. And Humphrey, now this is the problem because we don't have a mid forward in our midfield at the minute. So that is something that we need to address. So what are my trades this week? Again, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I guess one thing I am considering is just maybe getting Marich in already. I don't know. Maybe this is the best option. Not too sure. How did I do this? I think it was doing this. Yeah, so Constable back into defence, grab Marich. Leaves him with 8 trades left and 382,000 in the bank. Yeah, let's sort of adjust this. Then we'll go through leagues and all that sort of good stuff. So let me know how you guys went this week. Hope you guys had a better week than me. I mean, it wasn't an awful week, but that captain really stuffed me, to be honest. So that was a bit frustrating. That is fine. Humphrey will get on field for Merritt. Sharp, he probably won't play, but let's just get him on field anyway, just in case. Stuff that up. All right, so Oliver's got the bye this week. Yep. All right, so captain and vice captain this week. I'm thinking, I think that North Dogs game is certainly a target for me with Bontempelli. So for me at this stage, he's going to be captain. Vice captain, just considering the way this bloke's form is in, Josh Dunkley, I really like just at the Gabba. Maybe I'm following this trend a bit too much, but Dunkley's just in crazy, crazy form at this stage. So thinking Dunkley into Bont, I don't think I've ever had the VC or C on Dunkley yet this year. That's going to change. So yeah, as you can see, as I counted, we should have 18 on field this week. 1, 2, 3. Not counting Mullen because I expect him to get dropped, but we'll see if he plays. It's super handy. And if he, sorry, if Mullen does keep his spot, then I'll have 19 on field, and a lot of people will probably look to bring him in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, yeah, and look, future plans. I want to get Darcy Cameron after his bye. So next week I'll look to grab him, probably via Eddie Ford, Chin Cotter. I'll probably trade out as well. I think next week we're looking at about before trade 17 on field, but we'll look to change that. Probably blokes like Chin Cotter, Ford. We will look to trade. I want to get Darcy Cameron. I want to get Himmelberg in round 16. If Keys looks any good in that Collingwood game, then I'll probably look to jump on, to be honest, with that pick as well. And also we need a midfielder. So one thing I might do, especially with all this money in the bank, I might look to I'm probably going to make 3 trades next week. Probably using Chin Cotter, Ford, and I don't really know. We'll see how Sheasel goes this week. If he goes disappointing, I might look to flip him. Maybe it's Will Ashcroft if he goes pretty poor against Sydney. Break even's going to be pretty high and probably time to jump off there. Yeah, look, that's how I'm looking with my side. I don't really know with trades so far, so I've just gone with Marich. I know he's got his bye, but I need a downgrade somewhere. Not really liking any of the other downgrade options at the minute. So let's go into our leagues. Let's see how he went. So in the SDS SuperCoach League, we lost to another Stephen. Shout out to Stephen. It's a great name. V over PH every day of the week. So I just prefer that spelling. Maybe I'm biased because I've also got a V. Anyway, shit talking now. So Stephen, how did he get me this week? Rory Laird as captain. Yep, that just about sums it up. Briggs, yep. Yeah, it was the captaincy that cost me a lot of my leagues this week. 1-6, which is pretty solid. I was a bit surprised, but that wasn't the greatest week. I also lost my SDS Times Pro League to Brad, so shout out to Brad. I got him in one of my other leagues, but he got revenge here. So what hurt me here? Ashcroft. He just had the extra premium, so that just sums it up. He just had the extra premium. I mean, we've got two different players. He's got Canelio. I know we've all got them. But it was Ashcroft, basically Ashcroft versus Canelio, and as you would expect, Canelio outscored Ashcroft there, so that sums it up. So well done to Brad. Let's have a look at the SDS SuperCoach League. Dropped off a little bit in a couple of the leagues, so Nick and Riley, shout out to those two. They're both 2 games ahead. Don't know why I did that. So 2 games back from them. They're having good years. We are now 646th ranked league, so we've certainly gone up there, that's for sure. So shout out to everyone in this league. Not far away from league finals now, probably 5-6 weeks left. The SDS Times Pro League, I've really dropped off on this. Yeah, I'm now 7th. 1 win out of my last 5 games here. So yeah, look, ideally you want to make finals, but there is a lot of competition here in this league. So certainly want to make finals in both my leagues. What's this rank now? 302nd. So shout out to this league. I think I saw before recording this Spillers Division 1 league is now the 23rd, I believe, 23rd ranked league. So shout out to Spills, everyone in that league. Lost to Joe from the centre bounce there. So yeah, look, thank you guys very much for watching. Bit of a longer video, but that's okay. Hope you guys had a great week in SuperCoach. Leave any comments down below. I'll respond to them when I can. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.